I was wondering if I should or shouldn't make this video because after what happened at UFC 90, I was like cringing so hard. As some of you may know, I'm not the biggest Adesanya fan right now. I used to be, but ever since everything happened with Dreykus, I was like, when everything started, when he was first called out by Dreykus, and he wanted to make this about race and shit. I was like, nah, bro, this guy's a fucking loser, dude. This guy's just fucked, and I was very bummed because I never thought after the Bronson fight that Dreykus would even get close to the top five. You know, I was like, well, this is it. He beat Bronson barely. It looked awful during the whole fight, and then he goes and does this shit to Rob, dude. Looked so much better than Adesanya when he beat Rob. And Rob is now saying like, "Oh, dude, I didn't feel so good." I don't know if that's like a New Zealand accent or whatever. But the thing is, like, this guy's like, "Nah, dude, I'm fucking the best I've ever been. The peak, physically and mentally." And now he's like, oh, "I didn't show up." But nah, bro, Drake smoked your ass, bro. I love you, Rob. I love you, but like Drake has ended this dude. I don't know if Robert himself is gonna look at himself in the same vein or way as he used to after what Dreykus did to him. He was manhandled, dude. Some people are saying like the fight wasn't that lopsided. I don't know, man. Ever since Dreykus started landing on him on the first round, even before he took him down, I was like, this is Dreykus' fight, dude. I can see it. I bet on him, and Jay Rodriguez fucked my ass because I was gonna win a bunch of money if he won too. It was Dreykus, Pantoja, and I don't know who else, but yep, got fucked by Yair Rodriguez. Should have trusted in bulk. Anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Thing is, we need to revoke Izzy's black card, guys. Like, this is not a joke. This is not a drill. This guy is embarrassing all of us by being a fucking drunk, irate motherfucker, just talking shit to Dreykus. What the fuck was he doing, man? That was really embarrassing. I was like looking at the shit and I couldn't believe it. I was like, Drake, smack this guy, dude. Like, slap him or something. What is he doing? He's crazy. It's just the worst look. Right now, we're in a position in which there's been a lot of cases of actual racist people, and you know, this guy doesn't seem to care. This black Chinese guy, Izzy, he doesn't care about that. But Drake is saying that he's African, and this guy's like, I am African, even though I have slaves and I left the country, but I'm still African because I'm black. Like, what are you talking about, dude? If you were like as African as this guy feels, you will live in Africa, but you don't live in Africa. I think you live either on New Zealand or the fucking States now because you got angry at New Zealand for some stupid shit because you're a fucking 33-year-old baby. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, dude? He's rich. He he's a champion. I don't know what else this fucking guy wants out of life. But every time they put a camera on his fucking face, he's just bitching and crying and moaning and somebody's fucking me or something. Like, dude, calm the fuck down and grow the fuck up. Like, this guy was saying, I'm not an example of nothing. I live my life like blah. And he said that on the Joe Rogan podcast, like the first time. Like, I'm not an example or whatever. But you do know that when you're the champion representing your country, supposedly, because this guy has no country, he's saying he's Chinese, he's from New Zealand, he's from Africa. Like, what the fuck? He's from Nigeria too, I guess, because he's friends with Usman, so maybe he's Nigerian as well. Like, this guy's all fucked in the head, dude. He doesn't even know, like, what he is. He has no identity. Every single time I watch a video of this guy, he's representing another different fucking country. But and he's saying that even if his skin is black, his heart is Chinese. So why can't Dreykus, being white, having white skin, be African in his heart? If he was born there, you were just a fucking idiot that went to China to get their money, and you left. And as soon as this fake ass guy, I was gonna say something else. As soon as this fucking guy left China, he started dissing them. He started saying, "Oh, I only did it because I wanted Chinese money." Yet you have a fucking video saying that your heart is Chinese. Like, this guy Adesanya, man, some fucking shrink or some fucking therapist needs to form a group and investigate this fucking guy because his brain is all over the fucking place. Like, You can't be a fan of this guy. Who is that guy? Nobody fucking knows because every time he says some shit, he has to change his fucking identity. I mean, the guy is a fucking embarrassment, dude. Like, he always says, "Oh, but all of you would want my fucking picture." Like, nah, dude. If I saw that guy on the street, I will walk the other way because I haven't ever seen a more fake ass motherfucker in my entire fucking life. And the fact that he is like throwing racial slurs at Dracus is so funny to me in a way because what if Dracus was the guy that went, "Oh, let's go, nigga, like, fucking come on," like what? That guy would be canceled. He would be fired. He would be perhaps put on trial for discrimination. But nah, dude, we have fucking Adesanya, the black guy, putting on blast like how untouchable you can be when like this distribution of privileges gets inverted because that seems to me that that's the case. Like, why is this guy allowed to be saying a bunch of racial slurs on TV, being drunk clearly because his voice was like this? Like he drank like fucking 5 bottles of that shit whiskey McGregor selling. And bro, what if some kids back in Africa, because like I've had the worst conversations in my life with some African brothers. Like, bro, the people I've spoke to online from Africa that defend Izzy are like fucked in the head, dude. But anyways, like, what if some kids that are this guy's fans watch that video and they're like, "Yeah, you know what? Fuck black. I'm sorry, fuck white people, dude. Like, yeah, let's fucking go and bash them and insult them and shit." Like, if you grew up being black and suffering racism, you don't want inverse racism. You just want no racism, right? But why is this stupid motherfucker going on stage perpetrating the stereotype that we are drunk idiots that barely know how to communicate effectively without getting into a drunk rage and beating the shit out of people? Like, thanks, Israel. You really did a number on racism there, buddy. Yeah, yeah, respect Africa, bro. Like, this guy has to have like some sort of mental deficiency. Like maybe he has CTE from getting punched in the head so much, getting fucking sent to the other life by Pereira. But like, I hope this video reaches him and he realizes how much of a fucking stupid child he's behaving like right now. Because if he actually believes what he's saying and he believes that Dreykus is a fucking racist, which clearly he hasn't been showing, he did call Izzy his son. That was kind of weird in the thing. But I mean, dude, he's getting racially blasted in front of everyone and he's basically not allowed to do anything about it because if he says something racist back, he's gonna get cancelled. If he punches him, he's gonna lose his title opportunity. If he does anything, he's gonna be branded as a fucking racial like aggressor or something, you know? And among all this fucking chaos comes a fucking big nosed C word, Ariel Helwani, trying to sell a racial angle of this because he's the reporter that goes there when nobody else will go there. No, dude, he's a fucking like lie fabricator or shit, trying to get like, I don't know, man. What is he trying to do to Dracus, dude? Why does he hate him? I don't understand. Why does he love Izzy? This guy is talking about like he hates abusive people, he hates abusers. Are we gonna talk about what Adesanya was doing with his dog? I mean, that seems pretty suspicious to me. I don't know. Like, I don't think normal people do those kind of things to animals. Is fucking Ariel Helwani talking about Israel Adesanya being a bit too playful with his dog? I don't think he's talking about that, but he sure as fuck is trying to elaborate some sort of story about Dracus Duplessis being a fucking, I don't know, like 14th century colonizer or some shit. Like, what's wrong with these people, man? What the fuck? This guy is just in love with his country, or so it seems to me. But apparently, you can't be white and love Africa, otherwise, you're gonna get fucked by the media for some reason. Well, we know the reason, but historically, can we be over that shit? Like, it's not Dracus's fault that his fucking great, 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 great grandfather like did some shit, you know? He's just a guy. He's trying to rep his country. It's very honorable. And if you're gonna compare both of them, Like, I wouldn't give 2 cents for Adesanya as the citizen of any country, because it's clear to me that this guy is going to leave your fucking country as soon as another country offers him more money, and he's probably gonna talk shit about your country when he leaves. Like he did with New Zealand, like he did with China, like he probably did with Africa too. Only but now that it's fucking an asset to him being African, he's like, oh yeah, bro, African pride and shit. Yeah, three kings, three kings. Like, I was so cringe when it was happening, dude. And Kamaru's also like that guy, like Usman. Fucking people were when he said, "I used to walk 100 miles through the desert to get water," and a bunch of people from his country said, "No, you didn't. You had a bunch of money. Like, your dad is a corrupt dude that was in jail. You have money. Now you live in America. Like, shut the fuck up. These guys have a bunch of money, and I don't understand how African people don't see it as a joke that these motherfuckers are trying to pretend they were struggling in Africa, where they were like middle or higher class. And people need to understand how different the poor parts of Africa are from even the middle, like parts of Africa, and the high parts of Africa are. These guys are full of shit, man, and they're like embarrassing all of us. So, black brothers, black sisters, black rainbow in between, all that, let's just unite for once, do something good, and revoke Israel Adesanya's black card. This guy is an embarrassment. This guy doesn't even know he's black. This guy says he's not black. There's a video of him saying, "You might think I'm black, but I'm actually Chinese." Like, fuck, dude. This guy doesn't even believe himself as a black person. But yet he speaks about black excellence and all this fucking shit. Nah, man. Israel Adesanya, you are officially a no race motherfucker. Have a nice day, sir. You suck.